the highest gathering Israel.
Shalom, brothers and sisters. I'm Elder Rawchaa, the Gathering of Christ Church. I don't know how long they'll allow us to be before you here on this platform, but I would like to say shalom tonight and thank you for being a part of this awakening and supporting the Gathering of Christ Church. Just earlier, I just found out that our channel have been struck again for claiming that we violated community guidelines, and I don't understand it. Well, you all understand it. And I mean, what did you all see? I mean, we looked at the hey, as you can see, I'm befuddled. Okay, right before we go on, we get struck with a community guideline, and we're respectful. We follow the guidelines and everything, but it's obvious they're targeting our channel. Okay, so I'm going to let you all know what to do if you want to stay in the know with the Gathering of Christ Church as we transition. Hopefully, our channel make it through this last particular strike, in which we may have to take down 90% of our videos on YouTube just to save the channel until these strikes subside. In the meantime, we're going to work with our team to see what other options are available. We're going to also be coming in through Vimeo broadcasts and other things. You use YouTube as a, what you would call, we can use that as a doorway to lead you into our websites. So we'll put up things, let you know where we are, to view us outside of this platform, to drive our subscribers and our following to exactly where we can talk uncensored freely about truth, okay, about bringing the understanding of the Most High without worrying about, being hampered by the powers that be. And guess what? You all knew this day was coming. I mean, what are the chances of the same time we receive a strike on YouTube, Blog Talk start wigging out and don't allow us to call in the same exact time? What are the chances? Now, for those who've been waiting on Blog Talk or would like to come in, because I want to see if this thing's working. So if you are out there on YouTube real quick, dial into our switchboard on Blog Talk. Dial in 515-605-9327. 515-605-9327. Please come in so that we can make sure Blog Talk is actually working. Out of nowhere, all the callers drop except my call. The same time, folks. So we're just using, we're just going to just broadcast here tonight. There's some key information that must come out while there's still time. And of course, you can see the frustration. We get everything prepared, work for hours behind the scene, have AC on, on the phone with me as we're setting up, all the technical stuff, and then only to find out that YouTube have struck us and say, you can't stream here. And I think more so than anything, folks, I think the biggest issue, I think the straw that broke the camel's back, because keep in mind, they've been trying to keep us under 65,000. Huh?
It's the comments coming and saying it's not working. So the line is busy.
Some says it's not working. So I see someone just came in though. There's someone just came in from the 850 area code, but some people say Blog Talk is not working. The line is busy. Well, you know what? This is their platform. You know who their God is, the principality and powers of the air. And it so happened that we're teaching on his or their frequency right now. But all in all, they're winning some of the battles, but the Most High will win the war. How many times we've spoken and said, brothers and sisters, don't take for granted this moment. But I think the straw that broke the camel back, elders, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think last week during this time, in the midst of the Tabernacles, I believe when they seen all those people together, God's people singing the Most High's name and praising the Most High, outside of mainstream religion, out there at the Feast of Tabernacles, the gathering of Christ Church, out in public, out camping. There's no fights, no arguments, no variances, no negative examples. No negative examples. Check it out. That can be, I want y'all to see something real quick. Right? Check this out. The same time YouTube have, the same time YouTube have told us, let me see. I don't want to mess this up here. How can I get this? Y'all need to see this. 1 second. Look at this. Look at that. The same time YouTube is taking us down. You see this? Blog Talk is saying they're experiencing issues. Someone don't want the truth to be told. Obviously. Right? Someone doesn't want the truth to be told. Anything, Gadra?
Nah, man, I'm just odd.
Amazed.
Yeah, I'm amazed by it. You with me? I'm amazed. I've never ever seen this before like that. and what's even crazy is that even the content of which is being struck, right? That's it's a 2012. That's almost 8 years ago, and we have had way more severe content.
We've had way more controversial content than that.
Yeah. So,
absolutely.
So for someone to actually go and find that, like you said, it's obvious. You got these little puppets right now who are working behind the scene to stop what this church is bringing out. And like you said, Elder, at the Tabernacles, it was beautiful, and we made reference and comments saying, listen, why is it
turn them up? Go ahead.
Why is it anybody these people who are the naysayers, the scoffers, right? But look at what the church is doing. You with me? We had a week of camping with no fights, with no drugs, with no murder, with no theft. The children were happy. No molestation of the children.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We had all of that on a week for the most time. Alright? So I want these naysayers, these people, obviously our people are intelligent and can see it. Like, listen, if we were out there, and if let me tell you something. If we had a party, Elder Lawya, right?
Mm-hmm.
With drugs,
Yep.
Strippers,
Mm-hmm.
sorcery
Mm-hmm.
going on, everybody be like, yeah, man, that's all right.
Right.
But we had a gathering of God's people. And you know that's supposed to hurt enough people when they hear that. God's people. Yeah? Gathering of God's people. In love, unity, and respect, and giving praises to the Most High. So, this is even more testament to the times that we're in right now and how serious the times are. And as Elder Rawchaa rightly said, that we have to cherish and not take these broadcasts and these opportunities for granted.
Absolutely.
Because, give it the devil's way. We won't be here doing this.
Yeah.
Because it's effective, it's working. People are waking up. People coming back to the Most High. Not just here in Babylon. This is a worldwide phenomenon. This is happening everywhere.
Yeah. I'll tell you this, man. It's like this. What would you expect though? When you read certain records, right? The Bible will tell you it's going to come a time in which there'll be a famine in the land.
Mm-hmm.
Not of bread and water. I mean,
word.
you can go up the street and get something to eat. But hearing the word of God.
Mm-hmm.
And we're at what I would call a fragile time or a pivotal time in prophecy, in which God's people are waking up throughout the four corners of the earth. And I'm going to tell you, folks, they don't want us to open our mouths. They don't want us to bring this word so that you can tie two and two together. Keep in mind, folks, and I really need y'all to focus on this. Get Amos real quick on the word. I want to drop this real quick, folks. They know you're waking up from their programming. You're no longer under Jesuit control or the magic or witchcraft or the spell we was once under in slavery through Christian mind control. And they understand this. Our people are waking up. God said it would happen. And you have to look at the demographic of people that are actually coming to the truth. When that brother turned that camera around, Lawya, last week, every demographic of people you can name was praising the Most High. Jew, Israelite, and Gentile alike. From newborns to the elderly was praising the Most High. So now it's like, okay, if they can't control the narrative, then what they'll do? They'll crash and burn it. And I'm going to tell you, it doesn't matter what they take. In reality, the anointed are hedged. It doesn't matter what they take because the Most High has our soul. See? They can take that, whatever they're going to do. Of course, we would like to use the platform. We want to be where the people are and tell them the kingdom is at hand. Of course. But you have to know, brothers and sisters, you had to know that this time was coming, right? Remember years ago I said, take advantage of this because they're not going to allow you to hear truth soon? And that you're going to come online and the only thing you're going to see is the same mainstream garbage you ran away from TV for. You chose YouTube because you didn't want to see that garbage anymore. And you were tired of being lied to. And it's ironic that as soon as I put the title of our show, putting the show together, and I typed in the title. As soon as I typed in the title and hit go, I seen a strike. You know what the title was? A Work in God's Name. That was the title of this specific broadcast, brothers and sisters. A work in God's name. I'll never forget one of the first videos we put out there that had a serious world impact. The true name of the Most High. It was through the Holy Spirit the Most High revealed his name. And I can remember it like it was just yesterday. From Babylon, Rome, to America. And mind you, none of these studies, I'm going to tell you, all of these studies came directly from the Spirit. It didn't take long to put together at all. We were being moved through the Spirit to introduce to our people the true God who have once cursed us, but now has called the children of Israel back. I can remember it like yesterday. When it wasn't censorship. When you could speak freely. I remember it like it was yesterday. And I remember so many people coming to the knowledge of the truth. And I said, you know what? I don't know how long Satan is going to allow this to go on. Because now, especially through this church, our people have been receiving unfiltered truth. Starting with the Most High's name. It's deep that was the title of our particular show this evening. A work in God's name. I'm sitting there looking at Blog Talk. And it's cracking me up, Lawya. I'm looking at Blog Talk right here. And the only people on Blog Talk right now are us. So they struck YouTube, our main YouTube page, and Blog Talk the same hour. Tell me they don't have their hand on the button looking at this, trying to stop this. And it's not just because of us, like I've mentioned last Wednesday. It's because of you. Your support of our Hebrew and Bible Academy. I mean, we brought out some serious information on Polycarp, this academy. Just an introduction to it. That we're breaking down in a few weeks, breaking down Christianity, how all of the sources that mainstream Christian Jesuits and colleges are using, and universities are using, and theologian schools are using, all of their mainstream sources that they go back to the 1st and 2nd century are heretical sources that were already deemed heretics by the original church. The direct generation under the disciples denounced all of the authority of the Roman Catholic Church, church's references, or people they deem or refer to. The history on Polycarp. On top, denouncing that, saying that you're not even a true Christian if you denounce the high holy days, because the apostles made it clear that if you're going to follow Christ, you have to follow the holy days in the Bible. That's clear information. Not only through YouTube, we segue to the Hebrew and Bible Academy, where you're learning more in one day than you had all your life in any religious institution about yourself and the world, according to the eyes of the Most High, His Word, according to His throne, according to how He viewed the earth. You can't find that nowhere. And now they're striking our page. And I bet you if you go on YouTube and type in Israelite, you'll still see people cursing people out. You'll still see all the negative portrayals they would like people to see as an example of what an Israelite is. I bet you can find that. But I digress. Brothers and sisters, if y'all want to follow us on YouTube, y'all going to have to continue to follow us other places as we pivot. Okay? As we transition, so to speak. Because we're going to have to. They're making it where a man can say, you can say anything about a man and not violate community guidelines, as long as it's not a gay man. You can say anything about a woman and not violate community guidelines, as long as it's not a gay woman. So the question is, and you think about this, think long and hard, who is this community they're talking about if we're not included? That's being violated. Because I can say anything I want about a sister, and that sister can flag my page over and over and over again, and you know what? YouTube will let that page stay up, wouldn't say anything. I can offend a brother right now and say anything I want about another brother. And you can flag the page, and I can talk about a brother. I can talk about any of you, and YouTube won't say anything. So the question is, who's really the community they're protecting. Who's really the YouTube authority? As in the days of Noah, then shall the coming of the Son of Man be. And what I said is, let's not let this deter us from the message tonight, what I wanted to bring out. I got this old beat up book in front of me. Look at this thing, all beat up. Like it been through something, like it been through a flood, right? I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to let them deter me from what I got to bring out tonight. Hey, if you can get into Blog Talk, get in with, what's the number? 515-605-9327. They say their engineers are working continually to try to fix Blog Talk in the background, coincidentally. Probably in about an hour and 30 minutes after this broadcast is done, we expect Blog Talk to work fine. Right? Now, real quick, right? Elder Lawya, is there any way that you have access to that old conference number you had before?
Yes, sir.
You have access to that?
Yep.
Because what I can do is pull that up over here.
Okay.
Over here, and we'll just get out of Blog Talk real quick. All together. Let's get out of Blog Talk. I'm going to let you slide in my seat.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You slide in my seat. I'm going to get off the Blog Talk. You set up a conference call. Right?
Yep.
And that way you can go over here, sit up.
Yeah, let me sit over there and sit here.
Huh?
Let me sit there and he sits here.
Yeah, that'll be fine. Right, Thawada. Great idea. Right? We'll set up a conference call because I need your insight of what you think is going on. Because we're living in a world that you can talk about anyone except the particular people. What type of freedom is this? What type of freedom of speech is this? And some people might say, well, it's a private platform and one should be able to say whatever they would like. Or one should be able to censor or stop someone from saying anything they like if they own it. Right? That's what you claim. But that's a violation if you are actually grandizing yourself and financially grandizing yourself off of the people who live in a free country. If you have a corporation within a so-called free country, your corporation is supposed to be at the behest of its laws. Okay? Like, for instance, if I go to a company right now and I'm working in a company that's decimal in the United States, I have the freedom of speech. Of course, I'm not going to offend people, understanding the environment, but all in all, they can't stop me from talking because they're at the behest of the laws of that particular land. But I digress. Elder Lawya, let's get the scripture real quick in Amos, and I'll have Elder Rawchaa read the scripture.
The book of Amos, chapter 8, verses 11.
Go ahead.
Behold, the days come, saith the Most High, that I will send a famine in the land.
I will send a famine in the land.
Not a famine of bread, nor of thirst.
Not a famine of bread or thirst. Read.
Or thirst for water, but of hearing the word of the Most High.
But hearing the words of the Most High, that the Bible states there will be a famine in the land. Not of bread or water, but of hearing the words of God. Right here. Mm-hmm. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor of thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. Now, we're living in a time in which there's people that deal with all type of provoking cross-dressing and all that, can actually go into libraries and read nursery rhymes to our children within the United States. That's the time we're living in. But if you were to pull out a Bible and teach the Bible, you're viewed as the weird one, as the crazy one, as the queer one. Brothers and sisters, like I've mentioned many days before, we're in the times of Noah. We're also in the times of Lot. Okay? And guess who's at the door? We're in the house, and guess who's knocking at the door? Folks, I'm going to tell you, it's here. It's a total onslaught on humanity. And that's why we're putting it out there. This thing is about to blow, folks, and it's time for us to prepare. And I'm saying, brothers and sisters, if this work have benefited you or have connected you with the Most High or have helped you connect the dots, it's going to be upon you. It's going to be upon you, folks. It's going to be your responsibility to make sure you follow us through, even beyond YouTube. Because I wish I could just find out everyone out there who subscribe or who view us every day, but it's an impossibility. It's too many people. I'm going to try my best to make it where you can still reach us. You understand? But it's going to be your responsibility to follow us all the way through this, right? Now, you have to follow us all the way through. They're coming at us. They're coming at freedom of speech, folks. We got to put our headphones on to hear them, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. They're coming at freedom of speech, but I digress. Getting back to the reason I wanted to come on tonight, because years ago, there was a video put out there, The Name of the Most High. And I'm going to tell you. I thank the Most High for giving us the understanding. Because I didn't know back then, I really didn't know what impact that would have. And how that would reverberate throughout the earth, the Most High's name. I had no idea. I just put it out there.
Welcome. This service is provided by freeconferencecall.com.
Okay, so we good?
There is one host in this conference.
Okay. Okay, we just turn down the music, right? Are we there?
Let me do this.
Hold on. We're almost there. One second.
What's the output?
The output would be this right here. Scarlet.
Okay.
Right? 1 second. And the microphone would be this here, the Yeti. Right?
There
Yes,
is
sir.
one host in this conference.
Don't worry about it. Just turn the volume down here. Just turn that down.
Yep.
Right? Okay. Whenever we're ready, you can let me know, okay?
Yep.
All right.
Absolutely.
Getting back in, right? Nice music, actually. Getting back into this, right? Brothers and sisters, we're here on a different page because they have struck our main page, claiming that we have violated something. But don't worry about that. Just follow us here until we pivot or transition into the next phase. I'm going to do my due diligence to make sure, if you'll subscribe to our page, to chronologize and put down all those who have actually subscribed to our page, to reach out to you, to let you all know what the next move is in case they get rid of the page altogether. Okay? The page we have, A Gathering, you know the page, our main page. It's a threat to lies. Okay? Now, getting back to my original premise here. All right? Are you ready, Elder Lawya?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let them know what they need to do if they would like to call in.
Yep, so the call-in number for the conference call line is 605
Come on.
313-6085. Again, 605-313-6085. The access pin is 251-529. Again, 251-529.
Okay, let me put that in the actual chat so that they can call in, right? And after this, we're going to jump right into this broadcast, the meat of it here. Okay, what's the number, Elder Lawya?
605
605
313
313
6085.
6085,
And the access code is 251
access is 251
529.
529. Okay, I'm going to put that up in the chat here so that you can call in on a conference line and we'll be able to get your take on what's going on. But there it is. So you're going to monitor that, Elder Lawya?
Yes, sir.
Great, I appreciate it. Now, one of the first videos we came out with was the true name of the Most High. And man, you wouldn't believe how so many people at first, understood how groundbreaking that was that the Most High revealed his name to the children of Israel. And he was doing it again like he once did before we came out of the land of Egypt, our people, God's chosen people. Right? Now, I believe now that, looking back on it, that it was showing a distinction. Right? Doing a work in God's name. Right? It began to show a distinction. Like, for instance, how do you know? How do I know this is Gaja? That's Gaja's name. Okay? His surname is placed on his family. I'm Elder Rawchaa. That's Lawya. So a name gives what? Distinction. If someone tells me that they are a Jehovah's Witness, automatically distinction. If I'm speaking to someone that wears Muslim garb and says they're praying to Allah, automatically distinction, Muslim. So I didn't understand the impact of what the Most High was doing at that time. Hey, I was just revealing what the Most High showed us. But then I tend to understand and realize, folks, that it was part of a great prophecy. That we were just vessels in a prophecy. That the Most High at the very end, when he would begin to awaken the children of Israel, he would reveal a name, a distinction. Not what you're used to. Not Jehovah. Not Yahweh. Not Jehovah. Not Zeus. The God of the Hebrews. Ahia. Not Allah. Now, why am I bringing this out now? Because I believe these attacks are happening at a great rate, at an alarming rate. Because that same God who has revealed his name, eventually, within the church, revealed his gospel, the path, and understanding how we must interact with each other in the spirit of his son. So we took almost a year not only with the Most High's name, but we took almost a whole year focusing on instilling the core doctrinal points which would lead us from Babylon or from wherever we're scattered in the earth back to the wilderness if we follow the original principles given to the disciples. Right? I'm going to show you where this is going. A distinction was made with that video because at first most people was on board with it, but then the attacks began. We're getting attacked from the Judaic faction. We're getting attacked from the Christian faction. We were even getting attacked by our own Hebrew Israelite brothers. Not because we said anything wrong, not because we have offended them or, hurt them in any manner. Just by revealing God's name showed a distinction. And then there were responses. The responses was, oh no, it can't be. In this record, it says that in the Dead Sea Scrolls. Oh, you mean where it's clear they took the Most High's name out, inscribed Yahweh after 40 years of having the records exclusive under their scribes? That? We started hearing all these arguments. Elder Lawya, pass me that Torah right there.
I'll get it.
Yeah. Pass me that Torah right there and get Exodus 3. Right? The Most High's name gave a distinction. It's as if the Most High began to sever those who was following the gospel from everyone else. He was drawing a line in the sand. And some people out there are claiming now, same people that used to claim his name was Yahweh and Jehovah, like these other groups out there. Some of them now are saying it doesn't matter. That you just have to follow the law above God's name. And we're gonna totally destroy that deceptive tactic they used. It was a deceptive, and they know the scripture is not talking about that you should follow God above follow the law above God's name. They know the scriptures aren't saying that. But you got some deceivers out there. Why? Because they cannot deny what was revealed. I'm going to show you where this is going in a moment. But in Exodus 3, right? Give me that highlighter right there. This is my book, right? Or is it yours?
I believe it's mine.
Okay, well, I'm not going to mark Lawyers.
Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine. You got it.
You sure?
Yeah, I wrote it in anyway.
Okay. No. Give me the orange one. Yeah, there you go. That's a highlighter. I'm going to show you what I've shown years ago, before they begin to take down these videos. Because the Most High showed a distinction. When we put out this video of the name of the Most High, believe it or not, we became enemies of all sects of religion on earth. All sects, including Hebrew Israelites. I need you all to see this. And it says, Exodus 3:11. And Moses said to God, who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and free the Israelites from Egypt? And he said, I will be with you. I'm reading from the Torah here. It's a slight different than what you were seeing in the King James Version, but same context. And he said, I will be with you. That shall be your sign that it was I who sent you. Now, mind you, folks, the Egyptians are what? Yes, the Egyptians follow polytheism, the belief of more than one God. There was many gods being worshipped in Egypt that Moses knew about. But the God of Israel said, I will be with you. That shall be your sign that it was I who sent you. And when you have freed the people from Egypt, you shall worship God at this mountain. Moses said to God, when I come to the Israelites and say to them, because that's what we are, we the Israelites, mind you. It's in the Torah. When I come to the Israelites and say to them, the God of your father have sent me unto you, and they ask me, what is his name? Why? Because the Egyptians knew of many gods. So when someone claimed that it doesn't matter the name of God, they're hiding something. When every religion, every follower of God has a distinction. Everyone has a distinction. So if you have somebody come to you and say, it doesn't matter, that's because why? They're lost. They don't know. Or they're too proud to admit that the truth wasn't revealed to them. See? Pride. They'll know it's true. They'll see it in the Torah and still deny it because it didn't come from them. That's pride. Well, the Bible tells us, pride cometh before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall. It says, Moses said to the Most High, when I come to the Israelites and say to them, the God of your fathers have sent me to you, and they ask me what is his name, what shall I say unto them? And the Most High said to Moses, Ahaya, Ashar, Ahaya. He continued, thus shall you say to the Israelites, Ahaya sent me unto you. And the Most High said further to Moses, thus shall you speak to the Israelites, the Lord, the God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob, has sent me to you. This shall be my name forever. Let me show it to you. Now, it's ironic, elders, that his name is in the Torah. It's in the Torah. That means those who've enslaved us knew the name of our God the whole time, but yet gave us Jesus. Didn't stop the Muslims or the Arabs from coming over here pushing Allah on us. See? Didn't stop the Romans from coming over, enslaving us, and pushing Cesar Borgia on us. A white image on us. Really, the worship of Zeus. Now, I want to pull out something real quick. Because I said that the Most High's name always had a what? A distinction. A distinction. One moment here. Okay, let me. Now, it's to a degree now that if someone hear the Most High's name that was given to the children of Israel, first given to Moses and the Israelites, automatically, if you hear that name in the earth, one would say what? If you hear Ahaya, one would say what? You cannot it's almost synonymous with, oh, you must be following those guys from the Gathering of Christ Church. When guess what, folks? The Most High didn't reveal this to the gathering of Christ's church. He revealed this to Moses. He revealed it to the Israelites. And the same people who are now getting free have full access to the throne. We understand our God is a jealous God. And there's a distinction with him. He's not like any lesser gods. There's many gods that have fallen to this world. But our God made them all. I'm gonna break this down and I'm gonna put this out there, because if one day we're no longer broadcasting anywhere, one day you don't hear from the gathering of Christ Church, it will be proclaimed and documented. First, not just what's going on in here. The record is being written in heaven. That we stood while we had the opportunity on what the Most High have given us. His name. We stood on it. While the whole earth denied him. While the whole earth seen it. But yet scorned him. We stood on his name. And I'm going to show you how this is synonymous with the gospel, and you'll see that distinction. And this is why they're coming at our page. Because all knees shall bow and all tongues shall confess that the God of the Hebrews is the Most High God. And his name is Ahia. And I'm honored to be a servant in this earth in these last times, proclaiming it. Right. I'm humbled by the Most High to proclaim it. That regardless of what happened in the earth in this short walk, we had an opportunity and didn't shy from the task of relaying his work, teaching his word in humility and love, and proclaiming his name throughout the earth. Mm-hmm. And it's a part of our gospel. Don't let anyone tell you out there that God's name doesn't matter, that his name doesn't matter, but yet Satan is being exalted. Allah is being exalted. Jesus is being exalted. Mm-hmm. Jehovah is being exalted. But when it comes to the Most High's name, it doesn't matter. And you got Hebrews out there talking that madness. And guess what? They'll have to give an account on the day of judgment, because they had the opportunity. They seen the video. Okay? It was right in the Torah the whole time. Well, hold up. How can he be I am and he's in the first person and he's in the second person? Last I checked, there's a difference between the terrestrial and the celestial. God is all in all. He's not subjected to a person. He's all in all. That's what I am is. That's what Ahia is. I am that I am. I'm everything. Romans 10 and 13, Elder Lawya.
Here you go. Bible.
Here you go. Grab mine.
And while Elder Lawya grabs that, Elder,
Go ahead.
I think, like you said, I think it's more the case that, because we never brought it out, we're not going to say it. And the crazy thing about it as well is that the name Ahia, Ahia, was the name given when the children of Israel were coming out of captivity after going into Egypt and becoming a nation.
Now, wouldn't the Most High reveal his name again if he's about to
pull us out of captivity,
save his people from captivity again? Wouldn't he reveal his name again when there's nothing new under the sun? Exactly. That has been, that what has been shall be. There's nothing new under the sun. Wouldn't he do the same thing again right before He delivered God's people throughout the four corners of the earth. That he would begin to reveal his name to the people, to his chosen children, and say, listen, your curse will soon be at an end. It's time to come home, Zion. And let me tell you, I'm not here to proclaim myself as anything. Let me make that clear. It's Christ. It's Christ, brothers and sisters, who's to be exalted. He's the one Moses prophesied of. And it's through his spirit, through baptism, the resurrection, the laying on of hands, the teaching of the judgment, the principles of Christ that it was revealed. It's through him. The same way it was revealed to Moses through the Spirit, it's happening again. And it's through Christ. It's not through a man. It's through Christ. And if anything, while they now censoring and stopping everything, I want to proclaim it one more time and put it out there. Folks, his name works. It has protected me through some serious, trying times. And I know the difference. I know the difference between calling on Ahaya Bahashim Yeshaya than when I was in a church calling on Jesus. Okay? Romans 10 and 13. Read it.
Yes, sir. This is Romans chapter 10, verse number 13.
Come on.
For whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved.
Yes.
How
For
shall
who shall ever call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. Now I need you to examine that. If Satan knows the scriptures and read this, that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved, what would his response to knowing this be? What would his action be towards those who are looking to serve the living God? His task is to separate you from your power, from your God. It says, read it again. Because I'm reading now in the epistles now, for those who claim it doesn't matter. Read.
For whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved.
Shall be saved. Read.
Verse 14. How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed?
But how can the Hebrews in captivity after being enslaved, the Israelites, the slaves, the servants, how can you call on a God in whom you have not believed? You didn't learn about the God of the Hebrews, the God of Moses in this strange land. So how can you call on a God in whom you have not believed? And I'm reading this in the New Testament now. Read.
And how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard?
How can you believe in a God you have not heard? How can you believe in the truth? You think Satan is going to give the name of the Hebrews, the God of the Hebrews, back to the Hebrews? You think the people's in their synagogues and all that going to reveal the name of God to you? I've sat before rabbis. I've sat before top rabbis, cats who know the truth. And not once when I said the true name of the Most High is Ahaya did I receive any pushback. Not once did they deny that proclamation. Not once. Because they know it's true. They know it's true. But they're afraid of our people. They're afraid of our people putting down the name of Jesus, in the name of Allah, in the name of Buddha, and calling the God that decimated Egypt and destroyed Pharaoh's army. They are afraid that the Hebrews, the Israelites, would call on our Father, our God, and he'll answer. They are afraid. And guess what? Understandably so. Our God is no joke, and they know it. We've tried everything else. We're busting church wide open, go, oh Jesus, and look at the conditions of our communities.
Where is Jesus?
Where is your God? We have to try something new, brothers and sisters. Try it. We've been lied to. They have disconnected us from our Father. And guess what? Most of us would get offended if someone called us out of our name. But yet we ascribe all the glory, splendor, creation to lesser gods, offending a jealous God. Our God made all of them, including their low-life Lucifer. Okay? Brothers and sisters, he's our God. Don't listen to these other Israelite groups and these other people and these so-called theologians. Don't listen to them. They're disconnecting you through feigned words, through flattery. Finish reading.
And how shall they hear without a preacher?
And the New Testament tells us, how shall you hear without a preacher? So common sense would tell us the Bible is saying that the true preachers would be preaching God's name as part of the ministry. That's common sense. Moses, being a high intellect, when the Most High said, listen, go and free my people, the first thing he knew to ask was, Pharaoh and them are dealing with all different types of gods up in there.
Yo, what's his name?
Who are you? Who can I say is sending me that they can recognize? He says, listen, I'm the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I sent you to Egypt, and you're going to leave out with much substance. You're my people. You will receive the promised land. The land of Canaan is waiting. The nation is finished. There's a great multitude that will soon inhabit the promised land. And I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, we are those people. We're those people. And that's why I titled this evening, A Work in God's Name. And the heavens will confirm and do confirm what's being brought forth today, brothers and sisters. We've tried everything else. Try our God and see, won't he listen? You got the Gentiles out there running in interference. They're the ones flagging our pages and trying to come up against what we're saying because they know there's really no debate in this. Who can debate, Gaja, where the Lord says, Moses, this is my name, and this is my name forever?
Mm-hmm. No one. But I tell you what, I tell you what.
Yeah.
What also
what you have, okay?
Come to mind, right? When you read further down, it says, "This is a memorial unto all generations."
And to all generations, it was for our children.
Exactly, and it goes back to the conversation that we were having at Tabernacles, when we're saying that each year we get better at doing tabernacles. The Most High don't do nothing without reason. There's a reason why He said, "Yo, listen, let the children know the name. Each generation should get the name." Because why? The name will free us again.
Yes.
Coming out of captivity. It did us that in Egypt.
Think about it. How is it the East Indians all agree on the God they call? How is it that the Romans agree on the God they call? The Arabs over in the Middle East, I was living over there for a while, they all agree that Allah is their God. Why is it so much confusion concerning us? And you think it's a coincidence that we're on the bottom? We're the people cleaving to all these different gods, but yet all nations are above us. We even tried their gods, and still, guess what?
Go for serve them.
Exactly. As a result of serving their gods, we're serving them. And see, and this is why they try to stop this truth from coming out, folks. Our people are leaving the demonic spiritual plantations and coming back to the God who made us, Ahia. Finish reading, Elder Lawya.
Verse 15. And how shall they preach except they be sent?
And how shall they preach except they be sent?
As it is written.
As it is written.
How beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace.
So the people with the gospel, those in the end with the gospel of peace, brothers and sisters, would have the Most High's name according to the Bible. They're not going to divert or change the subject when the Most High's name comes up. Okay? When the Most High's name is up for discussion. They're not going to come with an excuse as if they're above the Most High. Read that last piece again, Elder Lawya.
Yes, sir. Verse 15. And how shall they preach except they be sent, as it is written? How beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace and bring glad tidings of good things.
And see, and that's what we do. We read this years ago and say, listen, I don't know what Israelites are doing. But who cares what they're doing? They're not doing the gospel of peace. Not causing chaos, and you're all about provocation and argument and futile debate, while our people suffer throughout the earth with never knowing their true purpose under the Most High God. That we were meant, folks, to be a light to the world. We were born to show the world right, not to fight the world. We were born to be a light to the Gentiles. We weren't born to fight the Gentiles. Vengeance is the Lord's. Our ministry is supposed to be peaceful according to Christ. Not abrasive. Loving, caring. Our people have been through so much pain and suffering, being subjugated for years. So the Most High want his people handled with care. Not this abrasive crap out here bringing down God's brand. Israelite. Now, let me drop this real quick. Old book, encyclopedia, and I get, you know what? Hey, hold up now. Where that remote at? I need that remote here because I'm going to have to flash in a second. I'm going to have to flash in. Now, you think they was mad at us before. I see cats, instead of them just reading where the Most High said, I am that I am, they'd be like, well, let's look at the Moabite stone. Let's look at this scroll and that scroll. And these answers is a perfect showing to why. Let me tell you, it's not ironic that because of these answers, our people have gone into captivity. Common sense would tell you, if he revealed his name before we left Egypt, before he revealed us, before he saved us out of captivity, that he would do it again. So they'll see Ahia right there and let their pride get in the way between them and their God and expect those who've enslaved them to reveal it to them. Those guys say that they're in the synagogues, so it must be true, so I'm going to call on that. Check this out. Encyclopedia of Gods. Over 2,500 deities of the world, of different gods that are worshipped or who have been called upon by the Gentiles and otherwise since the beginning of earth. Every god that's been worshipped is in this book. you'll never guess what God isn't. Over 2,500 deities and gods, but our God isn't written in this book. So what this so-called journalist or historian did was, this religious historian, he went into all cultures throughout the earth and did a study to find out which gods they worship throughout their whole civilization, and came up with over 2,500 deities. Now, there's one in particular I want to talk about. You have everyone, and you have all these brothers and sisters waking up who's seeing the videos and saying the Most High's name is Ahia. And they run into these guys who say, Yah, Yah, Yah. The prophets, God's name was in the prophets. Yah, Yah. What does it say God's names will be in the prophets' names? Because the word Yah only denotes a God or a power, be it a negative or positive one. Okay? You can have a Yah that's evil. Okay? It only means a God. But I looked in this book and said, you know what? Let me go to Yah and see if that was ever associated with the Hebrews' God, the Israelites' God. Is Yah the God who saved the children of Israel out of Egypt? When Moses asked the Most High, who can I say sent me to free the Hebrews or the Israelites, Yah wasn't mentioned. So I'm going to pull up Yah here. Elder Lawya, grab that for me and highlight Yah for me. It's right in the back, right? Highlighter, book, right? And then what they'll do, they'll speak to the ignorant and say, well, yeah, well, Ahia, you can use that too. Yah is in Ahia. Nah, the Most High didn't say it. It's stuff like that that leads to captivity, worshiping and calling on lesser deities. Elder Lawya, matter of fact, I need you to, first of all, I'm going to show it to you first. Okay. Every deity, you can do your own proper research and view it like on each deity we bringing out. Okay. There's references for these sources in the back of the book. Okay. Encyclopedia of Gods. Read that, Elder Lawya, for me.
It says Yah.
Yah.
A moon god.
A what?
Moon god.
A moon god.
Egyptian.
What?
Egyptian.
Hold up now. Hold up now. Hold up. That means Moses, who was raised in Egypt, born in Egypt, would have known of Yah before he ran into the burning bush. The moon god was already being worshipped as Yah in Egypt. Hold up now.
So is that paganism to me?
You're pagan. You're coming down on the Christians for worshiping Jesus or a white image when you're worshiping the moon god out of Egypt, saying Yah. And that's why Yah predates the God of the Hebrews. It's also a name that was worshipped by the Shashu. The Shashu is another name for the Edomites. The Edomites are the modern day European or white people who once lived in Mount Seir. So that's why they uphold Yah and Yahweh, Jehovah, and all these other names they're pushing. Because They were worshiping the Canaanite god, Yahweh, the golden calf, Yahweh. Huh? See, I'm confident with who our God is. Our God isn't in these 2,500 because why? The God of Israel is dreadful. His name is dreadful to the nations. They hate his name. That's why. Read it, Elder Lawya. Come on.
It says, Yah may have been an import to Egypt,
It was an import to Egypt,
brought by Semitic immigrants
as they claim,
who based his profile on the Mesopotamian god Sin.
on the Mesopotamian god Sin. Go on.
He is mentioned largely from the 20th century BC onward and is depicted in human form, but can also be represented by the falcon and the ibis.
The falcon and the what?
The ibis.
And the ibis. A bird. Now let me make it clear also, because in doing some research, I noticed in the 70s there was this old clip where there was this white historian breaking down Yah and different things of that nature, right? And that's what jogged me years ago to grab this particular book, right? But check this out. He was trying to say in no uncertain terms that when it says a Semitic came into Egypt, that it was talking about Abraham must have brought Yah into Egypt. But no, Exodus 6:3 makes it clear that he didn't reveal his name to Abraham. He was only known to Abraham and Isaac,
And Jacob as God Almighty.
and Jacob as God Almighty. So you can't slip that in either. It's the moon god Yah. Now I know if you've been upset with us before, you're really going to get mad at us now. The only thing we're asking you to do is to open your heart to the God who led to all of this. Okay? It was through our sin against Ahiah. It's through that sin our people were scattered throughout the four corners of the earth and was made to serve the lesser Gentiles, the pagans. Okay? We weren't supposed to serve other nations. We're better than that. We are better than that. And it's about time you realize who you are and what's your purpose. We weren't supposed to be serving Chinese people and Japanese people or Jewish people or Roman people, Cushite people. Our God is the living God. He's the God that made all gods. There's gods many. So we will continue to emphasize the true name of God. And I'm going to say this. I can expect the Gentiles to denounce or disrespect our God like they do in the Bible. Why? Because he wasn't their God in the beginning, throughout their civilizations. They give all honor to the God who set them up as they see. I don't expect them to say, well, Israelites, you need to follow the holy days and come back to your holy days. Why? They got everything by not following our holy days. They're Gentiles.
Our God means end of rulership.
Huh?
Our God means the end of their rule.
Yeah. Yeah, our God means the fall of their gods, their religions, their institutions. And it's deeper than, and another thing, we need to stop relegating the Most High's power strictly to color. It's deeper than just Jesus being black. That's low level. If that's all you can talk about. That's low level. Let's go down a few of these calls real quick. Before I go into these calls, let me make a few announcements. One moment.
You got your Bible there? You got your Bible? No, Bible.
Yeah, right. Here you go.
Are you seeking to strengthen your biblical foundation? Join us in the Hebrew Bible Academy, where we offer 12 weeks of in-depth learning in a structured environment. Receive real-time news from Brother Rawchaa and amazing lessons by Elder Rawchaa. Learn ancient Hebrew with Elder Lawya. With 12 amazing lessons, you're guaranteed to learn more about your true biblical history and authentic Hebrew language than you would in a traditional Christian church for only a one-time payment of $150 or 3 monthly payments of $50. Join us at historytimes.org and sign up today. It's not too late. See you in the academy.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. One other announcement.
Shalom, brothers and sisters. This is Elder Rawchaa of the Gathering of Christ Church, and I would like to invite you all to our widely long-anticipated album release, Music with a Purpose, to inspire in faith and in love. That's right, I'll be debuting the brand new single, A Higher Power is With Me, and also, that's right, we'll have an I Am Apparel fashion show. Brothers and sisters, this will be a great gathering for all of our brothers and sisters, and you are invited. Now, of course, you have to be 18 years or older to attend. Now, doors open 2 p.m. Sunday, October the 13th, 2019. Okay, 2 p.m. Sunday, October 13th, 2019 at White Eagle Hall, 335 Newark Avenue, Jersey City, New Jersey, 07302. That's White Eagle Hall, 335 Newark Avenue, Jersey City. That's right, we'll see you there. Now, if you would like to actually book your tickets in advance because they're going quick. Okay, the ticket prices are between $35 to $75. And of course, the money goes towards the Gathering of Christ Church Media to further do the work and spread the truth and inspire the earth with not only the truth, but the praise of the Most High. Okay, so it's $35 to $75, and you can get your tickets through Eventbrite. Okay, you can type in Music with a Purpose, Rawchaa, or to make it easier, just go to gatheringofchrist.org and click on the tab Music with a Purpose. Yes, I'll see you there October 13th. I'm Elder Rawchaa. Come celebrate with us. Shalom.
All right, brothers and sisters, like I've just mentioned, October 13th, Music with a Purpose. The elders will be there. We're going to have I Am Apparel, Elder Gabar, fashion show. We're going to have the white carpet. You don't want to miss this. It's going to be Sunday, October 13th. Come join and have a serious, righteous festivity with us. Music with a Purpose. We're pulling out all the stops for our people, and we're going to roll out the white carpet.
That's right.
All right. Elder Lawya, go to gatheredwithchrist.org if you would like to do it, because keep in mind, there's not too many tickets. The tickets are flying off the shelves like nothing. So go to gatheredwithchrist.org and actually purchase your ticket for that, for the concert, or what we call the release. October 13th, Jersey City. All right, let's take a few calls, Elder Lawya, real quick.
All right, the first call we have here is 407, last four digits, 1641. You're live on Blog Talk. Or Salakia, you're live with the Gathering of Christ Church.
Shalom, elders. How are you? Elder Rawchaa, Lawya, and Elder Rawchaa.
Shalom.
I'm calling all the way from Orlando, Florida. How are you?
We're doing fine, sister. Thank you. Thank you.
Fine, thanks.
I just wanted to mention that if you guys have ever heard of the Patreon account, because I know a lot of bloggers have left YouTube and went over to Patreon. It's much more flexible and easier to operate. I don't know if you ever heard of that account.
Yes, we have heard of Patreon, and it is something that we have somewhat looked into. And you know what? Based on what's going on with YouTube, it may be more so a more viable option going forward with all the limitations and the censorship that's taking place with YouTube.
Yes, sir. So I wanted to mention that. I also wanted to give a shout out to Elder Fennell and to Nathan Ben in the Orlando body that I am so proud to be a part of. I waited 2 years, but it's well worth the wait.
Absolutely.
I wanted to give a shout out to them. They're doing a great job with the Orlando body. And I can't wait to meet you guys next week for the release. I will be there.
Nice.
Hope I don't have to sleep at the door like how they do in the concert.
Hey,
hopefully not.
Hey, sis, where you from originally? I hear an accent. Is that Bahamas?
I'm Benjamin, Bahamas.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, we should be in the Bahamas very soon. Very soon, as in.
Yeah, I live in Orlando though. This is Sister Lisa from Orlando, but yes, I'm originally from the Bahamas.
Okay. All right, sister. Nice talking to you.
I can't wait to meet Elder Rawchaa.
I wonder why she sounds a little
when you got Elder Rawchaa.
All right.
Sounds good.
I'm looking forward to meeting you guys when we get there. We
Likewise,
will be there for
sister.
the full week.
Likewise, sister. We appreciate the continual support. And just off the cusp of what the sister was saying, you know, with all the censorship and everything that's taking place with YouTube, maybe we should consider other accounts, you know, Patreon and other things as an option, possibly in the future as an alternative.
A matter of fact, I was thinking about that in the hallway. Is that we're going to get our team together and we're going to take all the groundbreaking videos that were done, the thought-provoking, the things that really bring people to the knowledge of the Most High, and we'll put up a short clip of it. So we're not going to just take the video down.
Right.
We'll have a snippet enough with the link to direct them to where to see the whole thing. Therefore, you don't have to worry about. We still deal with YouTube to move the traffic through. So they'll get enough to know, okay, let me click it
Right.
for its entirety.
Right.
So we're going to segue and just use YouTube as a, we're going to just use that as a segue into the video so they wouldn't have to worry about that going forward. And eventually people are going to because people don't look at that mainstream junk anyway.
Right.
Eventually people are going to segue off of it anyway because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it into a commercialized, they're trying to move mainstream television to the internet by hijacking YouTube and kicking everyone off with a voice. Okay, and so it's fine. We're going to do what we can until they stop that. Okay, but hey, just follow us and make sure you subscribe to our page. And also, we need an email. We need an email data sheet where if you have subscribed to our page and want to follow us beyond YouTube, send us an email at gatheringas1@aol.com and tell us your subscription name or your email, and we'll make sure we put you in the know with this transition. Hopefully, enough work enough work can get done behind the scenes to salvage the page if we do it right. But who knows? They probably going in retitling stuff, striking, because they striking stuff from 2012 now. They're striking stuff in which it's not speaking against no one at all. We're just warning people about what they're doing with fracking and how it's damaging the water and the stuff they're putting in the water, like the fluoride and all the stuff in your medications. They're actually dumping in your water supply. So they struck that because we were interviewing a Jewish woman who was spilling the beans. See? But go ahead.
Yep.
Now, go ahead. We're going to take 2 more calls, and then I want to drop something else, because you have these groups out there saying that you just got to follow the law, which is above God's name. You got some guys dropping that, and I want to straighten that false, not dividing the word of truth, deceit down. That false, not dividing the word of truth, deceit. Totally tear that down, because they're telling people, no, it's saying in this scripture that the law is above God's name. Deceivers. If you ever hear someone tell you that, run. They're liars. But go on.
Yes, we got one from the 248 area code, last 4 digits, 5993. You're live with the Gathering of Christ Church.
Hello?
Yes, you're live.
Hello?
You're live.
All right. So, first off, I want to say it's an honor to talk to you, Elder Rawchaa, Elder Gabar, Elder Lawya. It's real nice to talk
All
with y'all.
praises.
So I want to just say my point. First off, you just do you. You know what I'm saying? You just bring the word, because, like the scripture says, if it was iniquity, it will come to naught. But if it's through the Most High, it's going to survive. It's going to increase. You know what I'm saying? And whoever may come against you, they could be going against the Most High themselves. You know what I'm saying? If the Most High is providing and endowing your work, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to say that.
Hey, brother, I'm with you, but doing us is also tearing down every imagination that exalted itself against the word of the living God. That's what doing us is. If someone is out there purposely deceiving our people, now that knowledge have increased, and are purposely teaching to the contrary, trying to block, it's upon us to make sure brothers and sisters get the correct information to be able to filter through this chaos. You understand? Okay, let's get the next call. I understand what he's saying to some degree. You know, sometimes you got to let things be and let the Most High deal with it. Well, yes, we do let the Most High deal with it. But what is the job of servants? What is the job of shepherds? If someone is, and guess what? We need to have that same passion then when it comes to the Christian church then. No one says, I understand what the brother's saying, but should we just do us and let the Christians continue to say Sunday worship is okay? And I understand what the brother's saying, but no, it's time for us to hold our brethren accountable for their lies. Okay? All right? It's time. Let's go.
All right, we got area code 334, last 4 digits, 1409. You're live with the Gathering of Christ Church.
Yes.
Shalom, elders. How are you guys?
We're blessed by the best.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Good. Well, I just wanted to start by saying I am having a time of my life in the academy. Great job so far. This is my first academy. I'm happy. Can't wait to see what this lesson is this Sunday. I also want to say about everybody's talking about the case, the trial of the ex-cop in Dallas and the shooting. And I just want to let everybody know, like, everyone wants to be angered about it. All the Israelites, everywhere around the world, we're angered. And I don't blame us, but I want everyone to know that this is a time of awakening. all of this stuff is happening for a reason, guys. We must take into consideration. Hey, we are the ones under these curses, and we got to really, really just watch ourselves, get our house in order, and protect ourselves as best as we can, guys.
Okay,
And basically,
okay, go on. Finish your point.
go ahead.
No, I'm asking. So there was a shooting, another unjust killing, correct?
Yes, it's cop in Dallas, Amber Geiger, I think that's her name. She killed her neighbor, just walked in his apartment and killed him. And today was her sentence, and she only got 10 years.
Yeah.
And everybody is just angry, and I just, we have to take this time.
So I'm going to ask you this, sister, because the media, those that control the media, has the option to put anything on the conveyor belt of media or of mainstream to be viewed as hot button topics or important things we should know about. Right? There's a lot, like for instance, heinous crimes are going down in our community daily, which are not getting the same attention, correct?
That's correct.
So are we really upset about a death or something going on in our neighborhood with all the killing we allow amongst each other? Are we really concerned about that?
I mean, I know I am.
Yeah. And listen, let me tell you,
it hits close home.
Sister, this is what I'm saying though. Anyone with a pulse, anyone with any level of compassion should be upset with senseless deaths, with people killing others, right? Anyone that's human or have a heart should feel that way. But my issue is we only feel that way with topics or things that they put before us to be incinerated about. And we have less incineration or less what you would call negative feelings or pain or hurt outwardly with what we witness in our own communities on a daily basis as far as our people killing each other. It's as if we've been programmed to be desensitized to the death we witness on a regular basis and only get incinerated when the news reporter or the media pays attention to a death. So what I'm saying is, and you should feel upset about any senseless death, but we have to weigh this and understand whether or not someone is pulling the strings or pulling our emotional strings.
That's true.
Oh yeah, and I know.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
They're using it.
Exactly.
It's a platform.
Exactly.
Of course.
So what I try to do is bring levity to these things, sister. I say, well, listen. If I'm going to be upset, I'm going to be upset across the board. And I don't need the media to bring forth, a topic or a scenario or a death for me to get upset about something or me to begin to care about something. That's just proving that their programming apparatus of propaganda still works on us.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, and because of the crisis, Elder, we are definitely falling for it.
Yeah. Do me a favor, turn down 4 a little bit on there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. It's the curses, but what I'm saying is, I'm talking about over there.
Over there?
Yeah, you'll see 4. Yeah, sister, but I'm gonna tell you, it's all a part of their programming. They need to see how many people are still under their mind control. Let me tell you, we'll know whether or not our people are serious about the pain and suffering and death that's going on when we begin to feel that way every day.
That's right. About every death.
Every death in our senseless death in our community. Every child that's stillborn or cradle killed due to a vaccine damage. I don't see no public outcry for that, and that's an innocent child. I don't see who should have more sympathy than a child at the behest of trusting their parents. But yet that go without any fanfare or media attention. The senseless death, listen, the senseless death that I see with our people who naturally, after seeing a brother get blown away on a corner, replace a brother on a corner to continually to kill and shovel dope to their own people. And this is what we see every day. People we know and grow up around and we tend to view this as the norm. So I'm not going to get incinerated over anything if I can't get incinerated over that. So it's time. It's time for us to become temperate and not let mainstream controllers, these witches and warlocks, control our emotions. If we really care about the senseless deaths, then we need to look inward and begin to correct the senseless deaths that we can actually have control over, that we can actually change. Until then, I'm not giving nothing to the media promoted civil divisions. I'm not giving nothing to it. Okay?
All right. Elder, one more thing before I leave.
Yeah.
My husband, Randall, you spoke with him the other week. He's still waiting on your call. We're waiting to get in the church in Alabama as we can. So.
Okay, I didn't forget you, sister. Okay.
All right.
Write down her number, Lawya, and make sure you contacted the sister from Alabama here. Give me your name again, sister.
I'm Ariel, but you spoke with my husband, Randall, before.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, I'm not going to get mad when the media wants us to get mad. I'm fired up. I'm not taking no more. You're sitting there all sweating and
Right.
getting all riled up, and then what happens? The media's not talking about it no more. You're like, okay, all right, let's go back to sleep. Oh, you see somebody shot? Oh yeah, I'm tired. No justice, no peace. The media not talking about it no more. Okay, all right, what's going on?
It's like sports commentary. That's what it is.
I'm not going for it no more. So when have we start caring about senseless deaths? When have we as a people start caring about our people dying, innocent dying by the hands of victimizers? When have we started caring? You tell me. When it's happening every day where we all live, and it has nothing to do with the white man. Oh, that's what it is. The death only means something if a white person or another nation is responsible for the senseless death. Oh, okay. All right, what's next? Let's go to the next one.
If I could mention also, here's the deep thing about it. We'll come from the march, go back to our community where the heinous crimes are taking place, and won't broadcast it, because there's an unwritten rule amongst our communities that if you see something, don't say anything.
Yeah.
Which allows these heinous crimes within our community being performed or perpetuated by our people to continually take place.
That's why I like to bring. That's why I'm glad you said that. We need to bring levity to all this. Don't let the mainstream control your emotions. They need you out there. They need the crowds out there. This is what they're doing with their beta test that will lead to them having reason to have the National Guard come out in the state of an emergency during the Civil War. This is what they're preparing for. It's a beta test to see if they can use the media to get you out in the streets. Folks, you better wake up. Wake up. Don't let them pull a tug at your emotional strings like that. Only the Most High should have that power. Only people you know personally in your family, people you know and deal with every day should have that power. Okay? Real quick before you go there, Elder Lawya. There's a group out there now that used to call on Yahweh. Right? And I'm putting this out there right now because newer people are waking up and they're falling for the deceit. But they used to speak to Christians and say, you can't call on Jesus. Because Jesus, there was no J's, his name is Yahweh. But it so happened after the Name of the Most High video came out, showing the true name, they were having many questions. Of course, everyone is having questions on the Most High's name now that it's revealed and it's in the book. They began to try to find a way around it by saying, well, it doesn't matter what God's name is now. And then began to use scriptures, butcher scriptures, not rightly dividing the word of truth. And I'm going to show you the scriptures they use to say it doesn't matter that you are to follow the law above God's name. I wanted to pull that out real quick. Psalms 138, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is where they go. And then we're going to pull it out of the Septuagint to give you the correct context of this, because the Septuagint, believe it or not, is an older translation in the Greek of the Old Testament. And it gives the context of the Old Testament in total clarity. Read Psalms 138 real quick, Elder Lawya.
The book of Psalms, chapter 138, verse 2.
Verse 2.
I will worship toward thy holy temple and praise thy name.
And praise thy name. We know his name is Ahiah.
For thy loving kindness and for thy truth. For thou hast magnified thy word above all thy name.
Thy have magnified thine word above all thy name. Now you have some deceivers out there teaching that this is saying, as long as you follow the word, it's more important you do that than acknowledging or even knowing the Most High's name. Deceivers. Let's read it out of the Septuagint real quick, right? I need, and let's go here. There you go. In the Septuagint, I need you to read Gabar to give context to Psalms 138 so that no one can get deceived by that, because you get a younger person read that and be like, well, okay, that do make sense. Because all of us might have the name different or wrong or whatever the case is. As long as we follow the law, then that's all that matters. That's a deceiver. Let's read Psalms 138. Read it.
Psalms 138 and
I will give.
Verse 2. I will give thanks. I will
read the first verse.
Okay. I will give thee thanks, O Lord, with my whole heart, and I will sing psalms to thee before the angels, for thou hast heard all the words of my mouth.
Come on.
I will worship toward thy holy temple.
I will worship toward thy holy temple.
And give thanks to thy name.
And give thanks to thy name, Ahiah.
On account of thy mercy and thy truth. For thou hast magnified thy holy name.
Thou have magnified thine holy name, because he said, that's my name forever, told Moses.
Thou hast magnified thy holy name above everything.
Above everything. His name is above everything when you read it in the Septuagint. So don't let deceivers tell you that if you follow the law, that's above the Most High's name. That's deceitful. Okay? Just giving you some information so that you can add to your arsenal. Okay? To destroy the fiery darts of the devil. Okay? Now let's take some calls.
All right, here we have 941 area code, last four digits, 8862. You're live with the Gathering of Christ Church.
Someone says, well, his name is Rawchaa. Hey, well, hey, brother, you got the freedom to call him anything you want. Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom, Elder.
Yes. Yes.
Excellent lesson. I wanted to thank you guys for continuing to be used by the Most High to do the work. But what's also deep about the name is...
So, no, sister, I'm going to let you talk, but it's deep that someone is in our chat who don't follow our church. That we would never be in theirs, mind you. Let's put that out there. I don't know who this person is, and I would never be in anything that any of them are dealing with. From the lowest of them to the bottom, to the top of them to the bottom of them. You will never see any of us in any of the things they're doing. But thank you for supporting the Gathering of Christ Church in our chat. Okay, hit the like button. Go ahead, sister.
Well, I was saying what is also really deep about the name is the whole reason the Most High is
Yeah.
saving Israel is because of His name's sake, not because of anything we did on our own, but because He made that promise to our father Abraham,
Exactly.
and the Most High cannot lie, and He is not mocked. So therefore, He has to save it because He said it. Because so His name isn't polluted and profane. And also, even the scripture tells us, let whatever the Most High says be the truth, and every man a liar. So you can't philosophize away what the Most High said out of His own mouth.
Well, thank you, sister. It's right on point. And you know what? It's the same as our people were coming out of Egypt. You understand? You're going to have a divide where he said, draw a line in the sand. Okay, we're all Israel, be it the obedient or the disobedient. But time and chance happen to all men. I'll tell you what, none of Israel in this earth today can say they weren't told. All right? They were told. All right. That's our job. We ain't at your house saying, please, we beg of you. Call on the name. Hey. All right.
All right, bless you, sister. Gonna put you back in the queue.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, shalom.
Shalom.
All right, we got 318 area code, last 4 digits, 8304.
Yeah.
Live with the Gathering of Christ Church.
Yeah, that's you.
All right, we're gonna.
She said that's me. We'll get. She's coming. She's coming.
Okay, y'all hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you.
Do y'all hear me? I muted the TV.
Oh, hey sister, you sound fine.
Okay,
Talk to us.
I did it right. Okay, I muted the
Lord
TV.
have mercy. 1 second.
Okay. Well, I'm the last result, I guess. I'm the last person. I'm just happy to get get the full seat.
Oh, that's why.
All right, sister, you still with us?
And what I wanted to touch bases on, yeah, I'm still here.
All right, you cut out for a large stint of what you were stating. Can you repeat that?
I'm still here.
Yeah, could you just go back about like 15 seconds of what you were saying? We lost you for a minute there. Yes.
Well, what I was talking about is okay, yes. Okay. So yeah, trouble, like I said, getting on, but it was nothing to worry about because Most High always makes a way, and He did. And what I wanted to talk about is you confirmed when you said define Yah. When you talked about that I was really into that because when I first came in, that's what they were saying. Like it was a nickname for him. And when you broke it down and showed the scripture of that too also is not, it confirmed it with me because I was like, I don't understand why they was calling him a name like a nickname anyway. But you just clarified that.
Yeah. My name is Richard. Just call me Rick. Like the most I got a nickname. Give me a go on, sister.
Okay. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
So that's what I was. That's what really stuck with me, and I want to thank y'all because y'all are truly the disciples. And,
well, we're your servants. We're your servants now. We're your servants, sister.
Yeah, I know that. That's what I mean by that. And y'all are humble with it. Yeah, and y'all humble with it. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So that was basically what it was. Yeah, y'all are humble with it. So that's wonderful. But that's what I was talking about. Every time I can get on, when I get on the right way, I get to understand it. Like it clicks real quick when y'all say things. It automatically, whoa! And I know I'm like an extremist, so good that y'all can't see me because I'm usually like, yeah, and doing all that kind of stuff. But I want to thank y'all, and I we're gonna still keep in touch, you know, because he's gonna always keep a way for us to communicate, you know.
Okay, sister, you brought some great points, and thank you. And hope you follow us from YouTube and beyond.
Oh yeah, I will.
All right.
I will.
All right. Bless you.
All right, next we have 707 area code. Last four digits 2524. You're live with the Gathering of Christ Church.
Praise the Lord. Oh my God, I couldn't even say that. Shalom, my brothers, elders.
Shalom.
Man, I'm surprised I got through. The Lord directed me to your site. It just dropped in. I was doing some other stuff, but it just dropped in, and I started listening. And I've been listening every day. I come across something, I'll send a link to my children's message for them to pull it up and listen to it. You guys are truly a blessing. I was awakened in 2013 to what's going on. I started stockpiling. I moved out of the city and moved into the mountains.
Lord have mercy.
And then I know, but then I had to come a little bit closer back to the city because, you know,
Good
my daughter's
idea.
in college now. God is good, though. He's been protecting my family, my children, my grandchildren. And I just want to thank you because I've been to so many churches, brothers, and I mean so many churches. Sometimes I'll go in there with a hat and some jeans and just be like, you wouldn't, so they wouldn't see me. And then they wouldn't speak to me when I came in like that. And then I'll come in all dressed up and they'll be like, hi, how you doing? I said, mm-hmm. And I said, Lord, this ain't right.
Hold up now. Hold up. So you mean to tell me you've been going into churches in disguise? That's what you're telling me?
Yes, sir.
What's that about? Give me some insight.
Well, I don't know what started it. It was like, okay, I'll say this. When I dress up, you'll look at my, not to be conceited, I mean, people will look at my outer appearance. The long hair, I have a different texture of hair.
Oh, God.
My looks. And I I don't want people to see that. I want them to see me, my heart,
Okay.
my spirit. So I would dress down, and then at some point I just started just putting on some clothes, and I just got a different reaction. And I don't know, I just like tried a couple times. These people are not of God. This is not God's spirit. This is not God. This is not His house. The Spirit does not dwell here. And I've just been to so many churches, even up here where I'm at now. I'm in the northern California, in Santa Rosa. I'm not scared out there.
Sister, I'm just interested. I'm just more interested in understanding this tactic. You're working with. I mean, there's other ways of trying to of figuring out whether or not someone is sincere than you going on and going in. You going incognito, or in an entirely different. But anyway. Sister, I'm glad you're following the church. You say you went to the mountains. Where did you go?
I went to Lucerne towards Clear Lake at first. That was the first spot. And then I started moving a little closer in per my field. I'm in the medical field.
Okay.
And God is good because I was diagnosed with some things, and I started juicing. And when I went back, they couldn't find it, or they said it was shrinking. And I do medical billing, but I'm not with the medicine.
You say you was diagnosed. You were diagnosed with some things, but you're fine now.
Yes, I'm fine
okay,
now.
Great,
yeah,
great.
I'm healed.
Okay,
yes.
Praise the Most High. Well, sister, we're going to put you on hold. Go ahead. One more thing. Go ahead.
I just want to say I'm so thankful because I thought it was something wrong with me. I thought it was something. I knew something different about me because other people just wasn't having the same conversation of what you guys talk about. And when I would go to the churches and ask the pastor, why isn't he preaching on Revelation so that we will know the times that we're in, they would just shun me away.
Okay.
So I'm just thankful.
Well, sister, I'm thankful you're following the work, and just stay in prayer. And have you linked in with an elder or a deacon or someone in your area that you can congregate with as far as the church is concerned?
Yes, I have. Yes, I'm going Saturday. On Saturday.
All right.
Yes,
Welcome
sir.
to the family, sister. And you know what?
Thank you.
You don't have to go incognito. You can just, you cover your hair, nice modest dress, put little fringes on, and welcome to the family.
Thank you. Thank you.
All
so
right,
much.
all right. Be yourself now. Everything is good. All right, Shalom. It's next. All right.
All right, Sister Shalom. We're going to put you back in the queue.
All
All
right.
right. We have the next number, 816, last 4 digits, 9595. You're live with the Gathering of Christ Church.
You're live.
Say shalom, elders. Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear. How are you, brother?
Shalom.
Shalom.
I'm doing fine. I don't know how I got unmuted. I was just listening. Great show. And shalom.
All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
We'll put you back in the queue.
Okay.
Thank you. The next caller we have here is 510, last 4 digits, 7796. You're live with the Gathering of Christ Church. All right, we got to put you on hold there.
Oh, yeah. Like, yours is real loud. Just right there. Let's go.
Okay.
All right.
All right, moving on here. We have 510, last 4 digits, 9031. You're live with the Gathering of Christ Church. All right, moving on here. You have 510, last 4 digits, 9031. You're live with the Gathering of Christ Church.
Oh, yeah. It's deep in itself because one of the two profound lessons the Most High had us do in the beginning, right?
Mm-hmm.
The name of the Most High and the 12 lost tribes found.
Right.
And if you look online, two of the greatest points of doctrine that's being attacked is the name of the Most High,
Right.
and then they talking about the 12 tribes
Right.
chart.
Right.
And then they come out with stuff like, who created the 12 tribes chart? Let me make it clear. REI did not create no 12 tribes chart. It tell you in the book of Ezekiel 37 that at the end, Judah would be on one stick. It was commanded that the prophets put Judah on one stick and Israel on another stick and join them together so that they can be one in thine hand. And when your children come up and ask, what of these? You can let them know that these are the children of Israel that was taken into captivity and was scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And that two, which was once split, twain, have now been made whole again through Christ. So let's get man out of the way and stop giving credit to man. REI read the Bible, did some historical research, and just did what the Lord told him to do. Okay? And let me make it clear. All of those tribes on the 12 tribes chart aren't the only parts. As a matter of fact, that's the minimal number of the 12 tribes of Israel. That's not saying the all to end all, but it's a good starting point if you want to talk about North, Central, and South America. So it's disingenuous trying to attack the 12 tribes, saying the 12 tribe chart, 12 tribe chart. Listen, it's a tool that's used to bring brothers and sisters to the word. That's all it is.
But not only that,
I never seen one person say I'm being baptized in the name of the 12 tribes chart. I mean, give us a break. Go ahead.
No, but not only that though, Elder, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Who on the 12 tribe chart, right? Which group of people on the 12 tribe chart that the curses of Deuteronomy 28 and the prophecies of the Bible don't fit?
Yeah.
Who on it? So, when people come with this argument, all right, okay, then cool. Show me. Who on this 12 tribe? I'm going to give you the benefit. Let's say it's fake. It's false. What going on with the North American Indians? What going on with the Aborigines of Australia? Wickedness, if you never know. Straight wickedness.
Yeah.
You understand me? What going on with the brothers them over there in Haiti? What going on with the brothers them down there in the Caribbean? Through Jamaica, from Jamaica all the way back down to the Eastern Caribbean. What going on down there right now with them? What's going on right now in Puerto Rico? You tell me which one of these, as a matter of fact, Naphtali, what's going on in Hawaii right now? With the land and all the tribe, or how they marginalize the people. So you show me, right? Which group of people on this chart that the curses of the Bible don't fit?
Exactly.
You show me.
Exactly.
Yo, listen, you know.
So it gets under my skin because what they would like to do is, it's really grasping at straws. It's red herrings. They really want to get the topic off of the Most High in the Bible and say the 12 tribe chart. Listen, it's the devil behind these arguments. It's not, and these arguments aren't getting germinated or created through our people. These arguments are coming from the Gentiles, the Gentile authority. Why should they care whether or not the 12 tribes chart is correct when they claim it doesn't matter who you are anyway?
And somebody put a comment here, the Igbos. Just so you know, you're Israel as well. We're the same people. You got colonized over there. They took us on the boat and brought us over here.
Exactly.
We're the same people.
We're the same people.
All right.
We're the same people. So I'm putting it out there. We don't fall for people just trying to run interference and throw things in the road while the devil gets away. It doesn't work that way. And that's what they do. They want to have all these arguments so that here it is now, we are at odds at each other and are ignoring the gospel. We're ignoring the God who put us in this condition. And it's time to put all of this in its proper order. The bottom line, we're the children of Israel that were scattered. That's cursed according to Deuteronomy 28. We lost our heritage. We split. It tell you in Hosea 7 and 8, in 721 we split. The northern kingdom left. Hosea the 7th chapter tells us that Ephraim has mixed himself with the other people. Almost 700 some odd years before Christ came on the scene. The 10 tribes were already getting scattered on the outside of Israel. Made it here to the Americas. Hosea 7:8 says they've mixed themselves with the other people. So of course, we stayed intact. Judah, Benjamin, and Levi were black. We were the only really remnant left of the original tribes that would look the original color. By the time we met our brothers and sisters over here in slavery, they were already mixed with the other nations like the Bible prophesied. That's why they all don't look Negroid. Okay? Just make it clear. I wanted to put that out there. And I'm saying this because leaving your personal feelings to the side, it's going to come a time where you don't judge strictly off of the outward appearance, folks. It's going to come, it'll come to a time in which you graduate to discern between both good and evil and understand how to discern not strictly from the sight of your eyes. Okay? And I'm going to say this. In our Hebrew and Bible Academy, we drop the scriptures. We bring the historical books out. We bring the scriptures out. We bring the understanding more in depth, knowing that you have more time to get it broken down. What? On a theologian level, on a scholarly, historical level. So for those who are not sure or feel a certain type of way, I'm just saying, you need to come into this academy and get this information. Like I drop books here and I drop books there on these broadcasts, but all the books are open during the academy, folks. And it so happened, hey, we still have a few enrollments to let people in right now. So we're only in week what? 3?
Mm-hmm.
Week
yes,
3 coming? What lesson we going into this week?
Is it the truth of the fall between Adam and Eve, or it's either that or tracing the serpent's seed? So I guess we
did tracing the serpent's seed.
Okay, yeah, we did.
So
that.
we're doing this week. We're doing the fall between Adam and Eve. Right? Why is man against woman and woman against man? And as a result of this, what will happen to our children? Man and women are at odds. We've become enemies for some reason. Is it a spirit? Well, guess what? We're going to talk about it this Sunday. with the books open. Okay, I had to put it out there because a lot of these futile arguments and discussions and all that can be easily answered if you're in these classes. Right? Stop carrying someone else's water and viewing this understanding from someone else's biases against the work. And come see yourself. Okay? You can send an email to gatheringas1, that's the number 1 at AOL.com. Like the sisters and all them call in. We don't know who's going to call into this show, and they'll tell you. I'm going to tell you, it's something like you've never seen in a class on earth when it comes to this Hebrew and Bible Academy. Okay, send an email to gatheringas1, the number 1 at AOL.com, or go to historytime.org and roll there because we still have seats. And you can also go to gatheringchrist.org, historytimes.org, and hit the tab Hebrew and Bible Academy and become a part of this. You don't want to miss it. They're censoring us already, so you might as well get us where you can find us. All right? Go ahead, Elder Lawya. Let's go to the next call.
All right. We have a few left here. We have...
Yeah.
Let me see. I think we left off with area code 4. I think we got that one earlier. 412 area code. Let me see here. We have 772 area code, last 4 digits, 1011. You're live with the Gathering of Christ Church.
You're live with the Gathering of Christ Church. Let's go to the next. Okay, yes, he's with us. Shalom, brother.
Shalom, elders.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Yeah, before I came in the truth, I'm from Africa. Okay. I used to kind of like pray in the name of Jesus. But when I look around, I look the way the churches, there's evil going around. And it's like kind of like being hard on me, calling upon the name of Jesus. So I go on my knees while I'm still in the world, and I say to the Most High. By that time, I was calling God. I said, God, I'm not gonna call this name of Jesus, but I'm gonna call it Christ. So from that time, when I pray, I call upon Christ. So I flew and came here in the United States, and it was the same thing. And it was one time, still in the world, I get married, and we were talking with me and my wife, and she brings, it was a conversation, and she would bring the name of Jesus. And I say, I don't believe in that name, Jesus. But you know how Israelites are, they believe in Jesus. And she told me that was the foolish thing that came out of my word, came out of my mouth from all the way, from morning till that time. It was like around afternoon. But I didn't budge, I didn't feel anything. So, story short, when I came in the truth, I was viewing a couple of camps, some other Israelite camps, and with the G.O.C.C. So when I came and hear the name of Yeshua, that it clicked on me. I say, you know what, this is the name. Because from all along, it was hard for me to call upon the name of Jesus, while I didn't know. So when I came in the truth and fell on G.O.C.C, and then I hear Yeshua and Ahaya, I say, I'm not going anywhere. This is the name that I've been longing to hear. And when I pray, now I'm free. I don't feel any kind of fight to call upon that name.
Praise the Most High. So it was confirmed in your spirit, right?
Right.
I know.
Right.
Hey, I've gone through it. You should have seen, brother. You should have seen when we first got the name of the Most High, when it was revealed and it was in the Torah the whole time, and we all just went to the water and says, "Listen, it's time to wash. Let's do it before the heavens, right here, right outside." Went and got baptized, and then the Most High revealed everything from that point. It's like He gave it to us in increments. He gave us the name, then the gospel, and then the direction. We went out to speak only what He gave us to speak. All right? And I will never forget when the Spirit was revealed in the scriptures. And it came like, listen, let everyone know the mark of the beast will soon be on the earth, that the powers that be are working behind the scenes to set up an electronic system. And you brothers have to make a way for our people, because the Western world is about to change. Our people must begin to make their way, or make an opportunity for them to go eastward. The Most High will soon do away with the curse, and America will soon be judged. And we began to teach exactly what the Most High was telling us, and will continue to. That judgment is coming. I'm going to tell you this. Put him on hold real quick. A lot of you might be sleeping on what's going on the political stage right now with Donald Trump. But I'll tell you this. While everyone is on the street dealing with this shooting and all these other things, on a higher level, what's being discussed is the so-called Democrats looking to impeach Donald Trump. Now, we all know they're two wings of the same bird or the same body. But what is they saying? What is that act saying to us? Right? I need y'all to check this out. What they're doing. You have to read between the lines, because Donald Trump administration said before he's out of office, and he said it in a tweeting using someone else's words, there'll be a civil war within the United States. So you have to read between the lines. So what are they saying? Trump, civil war. So it's causing dissension and a divide amongst the population with all these political talking points, all these political footballs they're using within the earth to divide the so-called Americans or the world, while germinating or feeding the spirit of civil war and civil unrest amongst the civilians. That's where we are. Divide and conquer. Okay? The impeachment is doing what? It's emboldened the Republicans, to stand up against all of this mess. Why? And I'm speaking of the population, not the puppet masters. I'm speaking of the population. They're stirring up the right wing of the population to go and stand up finally against the imposing left, who want their children, who's teaching immorality, who's teaching death to our children, who's teaching immoral behavior and trying to force sex on our children, and sexual behavior and sexual education and gender bending on our children. They know that the right side of this, the population, is tired of it. Okay? They know that. And the liberal side aren't going to stop. Why? Because they're wired backward, folks. Okay? It's the so-called moral side against the crazies. And they are fueling a civil war. Okay? That's what's going on. And that's what you have to look at on the surface. Not the impeachment process itself. What it means when a so-called country united is divided on either side against each other. And what that means for any thriving nation. The Bible tell you what? A nation, Christ said, a nation divided against itself shall not stand. And guess what? There will be no saving this either. Babylon the Great is fallen. It's fallen. And it can't get up. Next call.
All right, next call we have here is 719 area code, last 4 digits, 1002.
Yes.
You're live with the Gathering of Christ Church.
Shalom, marriages. How you all doing?
We're blessed by the best, and his name is Ahia. Talk to us.
Shalom.
Shalom.
I really don't have a lot to say. Just want to say thank you all for putting out the word. It's a blessing to be a part of the Gathering of Christ Church, and may the Most High continue to bless you all. Shalom.
Thank you, brother.
Right, shalom.
I really appreciate your blessing, brother. Shalom. Thank you.
All right, next we have 3-4.
I want to say that before you. I want y'all to check out, and you know, a lot of you wonder why we're here at this page, because they have struck our main page again, folks. I want to let you all know. All right. So we're going to be here for the foreseeable future. We're going to take our subscribers from the other page and try to segue into another platform while attempting to save our page. Okay. Now, and I want to talk about this one of these days. I hope it's not violating guidelines. Why it's okay to say what you would like against a man if he isn't gay. And or you can say something against a woman if she isn't gay. People can say whatever they want to say about me, and I'm not protected under YouTube guidelines. Right? I'm not protected. Why is that? Aren't we part of the community too? I see people dragging our sisters through the mud all online. Our sisters are being dragged through the mud. Aren't you more valuable than those they're looking to protect, sisters? I need y'all really to think about that. But yet YouTube don't say, we're not going to allow you to say nothing wrong about a sister anymore. That's bullying. If you say something about a black sister, a sister, that's bullying. That's evil. You are compromising, or you stepping your bounds, and you're destroying the bounds, the protection, or you are offending the community. What community? What society are you living in when you can say anything you want about man, women, or children, but there's one segment of the population no one can say nothing about or touch or say anything negative about? I need y'all to think about that, folks. And I don't know why someone haven't thought about, I'm just putting it out there, and maybe it's in the air. I wonder why no one has actually thought about, Gaja, making a new platform like YouTube used to be. And just, because all the original content makers would just go over there. And this would just be another channel on mainstream television. And I hope someone out there is listening, like, yo, it's nothing just to make a new page and call it something else that have all the features of what YouTube used to be when it was free. When I say free, the freedom of speech without being imposed on every other second. You can't even look at a 3-minute video without something popping up. I'm just on a rant right now.
You know, man, I got something from the UK. Yahweh sent it to me.
Yeah, what's that?
It's talking about criminal offenses raise concern. The following criminal offenses raise particular concerns for freedom of expression.
What?
Hey, look, check this out. Section 4 of the Public Order Act, 1986, POA, make it an offense for a person to use threatening, abusive, or insulting words or behavior that causes or is likely to cause another person harassment, alarm, or distress. This have serious implications on peaceful protesters and others exercising their freedom of expression, as someone who uses insulting language that may distress another were they to hear it could be guilty of an offense So this is like laws.
See, but the question is, how are we to determine what's offensive?
Exactly. And that's
no one have defined that.
Exactly. So you could just hear something and go, "Yeah, well, I'm offended by that."
So if I disagree with it,
yes, that's an offense. Exactly. And
are you kidding me?
That's what we were getting in the UK. Bless up your Rawchaa for sending me that. That's what we were getting in the UK when we went out and we're preaching. We had the Bible, and people would hear the Bible and straight up just disagree, and they would call the police. And the police would come and say, "Well, someone's offended by what you're saying." Yeah, that's
I'm saying, but
it's crazy. It don't make no sense.
Hold up. Do you not have the right to disagree? You have the right to disagree. And guess, so do I. I have the right to disagree with you. You understand? Like, for instance, if I don't want a man dressed like a woman, reading fairy tales to my child in a library, it's not that I hate that person. I believe that person should do whatever that person wants to do. That's their body. But where do we draw the line in protecting our children? That's the question. I have the right to protect my child. The same way, by the same token, I'm not going to just let anyone babysit my child. If I have a young child, I'm not going to let anyone babysit my child. I have the right. I have that right as a parent. Well, I believe that doesn't stop in the home. I believe that care for your child extends beyond your doors until the grave. See? They're trying to take that away from you, folks. And they're trying to say it's hate if you disagree with someone compromising the minds of your children. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now. What a man or woman do in the privacy of their home is their business. There's nothing we can do about it anyway. But that's not just what they want.
Exactly.
If it's in the privacy of your home, I don't have to agree or disagree with it. I don't see it. No one sees it. No. You want us to see it, and you want us to agree with it, and you want our children. That's the problem. You want to teach it. You want to indoctrinate people with it. That's a difference than just, I just want to live and let live and do what I like in the privacy of my home. I'm just saying, it's enough is enough. What else you want? You wanted this law change, you got that law change. You wanted this, you got that. It's like, you know what? Nothing is enough.
Blood. I want blood.
Nothing is enough. It's like they're pushing, the immoral are pushing people into war. They're pushing the population to war. When you come after the children, that leads to war. I digress. Go ahead. Were you saying something?
Nah, man, these are reprobates, yo. You know, the Bible tells you about the spirit that we're dealing with. Haters of. Let me get that.
Yeah.
Let me get that out of the Bible.
Yeah, Romans 1.
Yeah.
I don't know if you are allowed to to feel what you're about to read. Let alone read it. I don't know if you're allowed to feel what you're feeling right now, brother.
Let me get this, man.
I'm feeling the hate off of you right now. I'm feeling the hate.
Well, yo, they have to hate me tonight, boy. Get me? They're done trying to censor us. They stop the blog talk. They stop the YouTube. Hey,
I've never seen a time where blog talk and a strike on the page happen simultaneously. Like two guys are on a button. Say, y'all ready? 6:30, hit it. Both of them. Both of them was down the same time. Same time we got struck on YouTube, blog talk wouldn't allow our radio broadcast to go forward. And that's a week after paying. We paid a year's subscription last week to stay on Block Top. But go on.
Romans 1:27. And let me start at 26. And it says, for this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affection. For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burning their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving themselves that recompense of their error which was meet. Meaning that, they got what they deserved. The Most High gave judgment. Verse 28. And even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind, to do those things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, knowing the judgment of the Most High, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. So even if you like this foolishness,
man, let me tell you, it's so deep, because what system would give this particular spirit you've just read, Gaja, the moral and civil high ground? You can see on some of these stations and some of these radio stations, these paid for media program apparatuses, you can see those people you've just read giving advice, talking down, and all that on our brothers and sisters. They're the ones actually bringing what you would say, not the moral aptitude, but the status quo when it comes to right or wrong within the earth today. Man, when I seen the public castration of that brother Malik Yoba on the Breakfast Club, man, it was so disheartening. Now, of course, I look at these things because I would like to gauge. I like to gauge and test the temperature of what our community, what people are willingly accepting today, opposed to when my father was here, when my grandfather was here. It's insane. This guy's sitting there with guns twice my arm. He got 2 biceps on top of it with a little shirt on. And he's being made this small by a guy in a dress, saying, well, this is the pronoun you should use, and this is how you should present yourself when you before us. And then there was a talk on the OWN channel amongst sisters where they have I think it was BET or Essence Awards, where they have a woman's essence conversation amongst black sisters, just to discuss the issues within the black community amongst black sisters. And lo and behold, you had a man in the midst of them dressed like one saying, well, listen, you're going to have to accept me as a woman. You cannot make no decisions as a black woman without including all women, including us. You can't make no decision on women because now women have been redefined. You're not the black woman no more. They are. And this is what happens when you live and let live and think it's funny, think you should have one of them as your friends and all this old stuff. Right. Guess what? By co-signing it, now They're the ones with the injections, with the wigs, with the weaves, and now they're looking to do what?
Take your spot.
Represent you. It's a shame.
It's madness.
And I'm saying, have we had enough? That's the question. And I'm not, listen, I believe that each person will give an account on the day of judgment for their actions on earth. As a matter of fact, I know that's 100%. No one gets away. So I believe wholeheartedly that if someone wants to do something with their body, that's their business. I don't have no issue with that. That's your soul. I mean, I hope that all men everywhere would repent. But all in all, it's your soul, your body, your relationship. Okay. But the question is for the righteous, for you in the Bible, where do you draw the line?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you draw the line? Because let me tell you, it's no holds bars, folks, on our children. I mean, God just pulled up a text the other day. I mean, an email that was sent to him from his daughter's school, where there's a protection, a safe space for 12-year-olds who are under the letters. That a safe space where they can be themselves, that are under the letters, folks.
After school club.
An after school club. I used to shoot foul shots. I used to play ball. I used to play football with her after school. Now they got a little club for letters for 10 to 12-year-olds to feel safe. And I'm asking, hold up. When did they get a monopoly on being bullied? I remember getting bullied. How is it? I mean, how does this stop with one demographic of children, where the only people being bullied now are them? This is it. Do you care about the children, all children, or you only care about the children that has questions on their sexuality and gender? What children do you care about? If it's about protecting children from bullying, sex shouldn't come into it. It shouldn't be a conversation of sex. It should be protect the children. But I digress. I'm digressing and digressing. It's almost 11 o'clock. Let's open the lines. Elder Lawya, y'all can say what y'all need to say. I mean, I'm just over the top with them just striking our channel from a video that's been up for 7 years. I don't even think people even look at this video anymore. It's like someone is combing through our videos looking for something to strike.
I think what would be interesting if someone could just as easily go into a YouTube account and strike a video. The person whose video is striked should be able to actually know exactly who is striking their video. Like, there should be some type of identification so you at least know who is against the video. So that now in the future, let's say hypothetically, we want to try to make better decisions when it comes to the videos. At least we should know from which exactly demographic or what person is behind blocking the video. But it's so anonymous. It's like someone can go and strike the video and you don't know who it came from, what exactly was said in the video, why it was taken down. So you have absolutely no information to be able to say going forward, okay, this is what we have to look out for. This is what we have to become.
Must change.
Exactly.
It's what we would rather just understand what the rules are and follow them.
Exactly.
But they stay anonymous on purpose. They keep it ambiguous on purpose because they don't want you to know. Because why? It's subjective.
Exactly.
It's subjective.
Exactly.
If they don't like the fact that people are respecting you or people are growing with you, they don't like the fact people are leaving the church. And guess what? They may have a whole room of cats. They probably got some people over there in India somewhere, a whole room of people, and said, okay, this is who you focus on next. Just flag and we'll take care of the rest.
It's funny you said that because I remember when we actually did that radio broadcast in the UK, the last one that we ended up doing.
Yeah.
they had 5 million people. I mean, 5,000 people. Excuse me, send emails to the station. So there was a group. they flooded.
So on one of the radio stations, I guess when the JDL and all of them had an issue with us talking about what's going on within Judaism, whatever the case might be. They said, Peace FM said that 5,000 emails was flooded in within a 24-hour time period. So the only way that could have happened would be one of these sweatshops that have these these troll accounts just send an email. I'm gonna tell you, they have it like that. They have whole shops of people working for $1 an hour, and all they do is sit in front of computers and do what? They subscribe to pump up certain channels, and they flag down the channels that's a threat to Satan's society. It wouldn't surprise me. So if they want you up, you're up. That's all that means.
And I mean, when you look at the video that got struck down, like we said, it's a video that was done from 2012.
Yeah.
You with me?
Yeah.
The content on it was about water. It had nothing to do. It had nothing
no
to
water.
Nothing to do about anything.
No.
And then when you see a strike, and what it's a plan. You with me? And I'm even reading some of the chats right here, and it's like I can't believe that somebody's gonna sit down here for the past 2-3 hours, right? Who disagree with the church and watching this thing. It don't make no sense.
Yeah.
Yo, man, it's just like those vermin Pharisees that were hanging around Christ. Everywhere Christ goes, those vermin, it's slithering up. Hey, what you say about adultery? What do you say about what do you say about the Sabbath?
And
do you got fringes? Where's your beard at? I don't like the way your eyebrows look.
And I mean, it's scriptural. Like you just said, Elder, they would come out every week to hear the disciples preach.
I was on one time, the guys followed me on YouTube. The guys looking at me talking about, I look at Lawya's beard and look at Elder Rawchaa. Elder Rawchaa is older than Lawya. And Lawya beard came fully in. And my answer to the brother was, how would you like my beard to look, brother? And, why are you looking at Elder Lawya's beard like that? And what does that have to do with the price of tea in China? I mean, this is what these guys do. They strain at a gnat, yet swallow a camel. Like I said, they probably don't have nothing else to do. All right? But, hey, thanks for sharing, brother. We love you. And when you're ready for baptism, we have some water for you. All right? We love you. All right, what's next?
If I can add to that, not to even continue on that, it probably has something to do with the fact that I'm actually able to grow a beard.
Yeah.
Like if you look at,
they want you to put some oil shine on that beard, brother. They like, yo. They want you to brush it, put waves in it.
Hey,
man, listen.
Right. But see, if you look at
check out Lawya's beard.
Right. When you look at Yahweh, my brother,
Lord, man, they coming out of the woodwork. I tell you that. We're going.
Yeah, I was just saying, just a small example. If you look at my brother Yahweh, he can't grow a beard if he wanted to.
Yeah.
I'm probably one of the only men that I know of in my family that can actually grow a beard. So let's say hypothetically, if I was one of those individuals in my family who couldn't grow a beard, could I not serve the Most High? Could I not keep the other commandments that I could actually keep outside of, growing a beard? Whatever the case may be, however you may view, what righteousness may look like, so on and so forth. Does it have to be subjected to simply someone being able to grow a beard or whatever the case may be? It doesn't make any sense.
We just showing the nonsense that people view in these last days. Instead of operating with your brothers, you understand, in the spirit of Christ. And that's what it comes down to. Okay? I would never look at a brother's outward appearance and think I understand that person.
Right.
In and out. That's or make a determination on who they are based on their outward appearance, because the Most High wouldn't. The Most High don't. Okay, and I'm just gonna leave it there. But let's get to the next call.
All right, we have.
You know they hate my guts, right?
Yeah, hey. Hey, what can you do? What can you do?
I can't stand it. I mean, they made cartoons out of me and everything, man. I'll be cracking up. I'll be laughing. They make cartoons. I mean, they didn't show me an animation where, you know what I mean? I'm a little guy, but my eyes are next to where my ears are. I'm like, yo, this is hilarious. I love it. But go on.
I think we got everyone.
You got everyone?
Yeah, there's only 10 callers.
All right. With that, brothers and sisters, we're here. We're gonna try to be here every week next Wednesday, starting Wednesday. Yes, we're gonna be here at the New York City or NYC G.O.C.C. until we get our page, back, to where we can actually work on it again. We're going to have a team working in the background to make sure we take some of the videos down and put a link to where you can find the video in its totality. So you'll get a snippet of a video. Hit the link and it'll take the traffic so you can see the full video without it getting censored someplace else. Whether we do Patreon or another, Vimeo, whatever the case is, because regardless of what's going on here on YouTube, you should be able to follow the word and follow the information you're used to. So we're going to work in the background around the clock, to make sure, you don't skip a beat, and we don't skip a beat in this awakening. Also, again, last but not least, I would like to invite you all again in our Hebrew and Bible Academy. I'm saying it because we're very early in the academy right now. We're only going into the third week, and it's best for you to get in early so you don't have to take a month to catch up, okay? We have almost 3 full months, over 2 months of academy left. It's only $50 a month. It helps us with the work, and above all, you get Hebrew 101. You get real-time news and commentary to understand what's going on in the world of news, and it's getting broken down to the lowest denominator with the Bible, giving you the context of the news with the Bible. Also, after the news, we have the class, then Q&As. Okay, you don't want to miss this. It's every Sunday. It starts at 9 a.m. with Elder Lawya, Hebrew 101. We thank you, brothers and sisters, for your support. And you've supported us through this, and I know you're going to stick with us through thick and thin, if it be the Most High's will. We thank you for your participation with the Gathering of Christ Church. And again, October 13th, music with a purpose. Okay? October 13th, music with a purpose. That's right, which means the album release, the 12-song release, and we're going to have part 1 of Music with a Purpose. We're going to roll that out October 22nd in Jersey City. Okay, the place is White Eagle Hall, 335 Newark Avenue, Jersey City, New Jersey, 07302. There's still tickets available. It's only $35. I think all the VIP tickets we have are already sold, but it's only $35. It supports the Gathering of Christ Church media, because we're trying to put together a media team that can really tackle the world like it's needed. And we're going to use media to do so. And we're going to need to deal with these fundraising ventures like Music with a Purpose and other type of ventures to really pump up our media side. As you can see, we need a video team, we need cameramen, we need editors, we need a lot to move this to the next level. So Music with the Purpose will be the first step, okay, into us promoting the music, giving us some nice inspirational music like Make a Nation Like Abraham, just mixed Ordinary Girl. We have I Want to Hold You, Two Wrongs, how a man and woman, they're both right, but what good is being right when you're not together? Two wrongs. If you're going to break up, what good was being right if you can't stand together for the sake of the children? What good is being right? Two wrongs. All these different dynamics within the album. We have TikTok. We have Elder Lawya coming in with the song TikTok. He's speaking in this thunderous voice. And also we have the Lord's Prayer in original music with Elder Lawya actually doing the Lord's Prayer in English and in Hebrew. It's heavenly. After the Fire's Gone with the New York choir behind backing it up. What happens after Babylon is hit or while it's being hit, after the fire's gone? You don't want to miss this this gathering. I'm gonna tell you right now. It's October 13th. This October 13th on a Sunday. Doors open 2 p.m. We're gonna roll out the white carpet for you. And you can go to Eventbrite or just go to gatheringofchrist.org, tap on Music with the Purpose, and get your tickets right there real time, okay? With that, I love you. Thank you for all your support. We couldn't do this without your help. Like I've said many times before, stay prayed up, sin not. We will soon see Zion. Let's put on a song. Oh yes, to Zion going to be there too. We're going to be doing To Zion, A Slave's Journey. To Zion. Thank you, my brother.
I was lost, but now I'm found. I'm a child of Israel. I heard the sound. Please give me the strength to stand today. With my eyes towards the east, show me the way to Zion.
Yes, we're going to Zion.
Laying my life on the line, I'm begging.